Hey guys, welcome to Believe University, BU. Today I have a very special guest. We got Luis Chavez, MP4. I know Luis, I think I met you my freshman year. We had the step class together. Yeah, you can actually just introduce yourself if you want to, a little intro.
Yeah, sure. So, so I'm Luis. I'm a content creator. I'm from East Palo Alto, California. I work here at Redlands. I work for the Clippers. I work for a lot of other like football camps, like from the Bay Area.
Yeah, I will be dropping some of his, footage video right now. Yeah, we're gonna put that in there here.
DJ Chavez. Yeah. All I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up. And they stay there, and they say yeah, and they stay there. Cause all I do is win, win, win. And if you going in, put your hands in the air, make them stay there. Ludacris going in on the verse, cause I never been defeated and I won't stop now.
So how'd you find Redlands?
Oh,
Because you said East Palo Alto, so that's in the Bay.
Yeah.
All
right,
how'd you find it?
I found Redlands because I knew two people who came here previously, and they were also from East Palo Alto.
Okay.
So Chris Garcia and Jessica Martinez, they actually also attended that same after school program that I went to.
Okay.
And that's how I knew about Redlands. I was asking my friend Jessica, like, hey, like, what are your experiences like here? Like, do you like it? What don't you like? And also, like, the smaller campus kind of drove me here. But what's funny is that I had filled out all of my college apps already. Like, they were ready to go, like, before the deadline. And then, like, I'm talking to Jessica, like, on the last day that they're due. And I'm like, oh, I'll just apply to Redlands, So,
just, why not?
So I kind of just, like, filled out that application on the last day, turned it in. And then I got accepted, and I was like, well, let me go see what's up.
Yeah, like, why not? Yeah.
And then I came here, and, the campus was nice.
Yeah, beautiful. So beautiful.
Campus. Yeah. Shout out to the green grass.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the mountains in the back.
Yeah. The mountains. And I knew that I want to be out here in SoCal, right?
Yeah.
Wish we were a little bit closer to LA.
Yeah.
Right?
Same.
But, it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's pretty much just how I found Redlands.
Yeah. No, that's crazy. Same. I'm from Maryland, so East Coast, and I knew one guy who went to my high school who went to Redlands, and I also was looking at schools in SoCal, and also wanted to be at a small school. Yeah, so I definitely can relate. Perfect. So yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about with you today. Like, you're very successful, and so was being a content creator like something you always wanted to be, or did it just like kind of fall into your lap?
I mean, I've always been inspired by like YouTube, right? So and being someone with a camera, it's always kind of like happened naturally. My dad, he had a camera, so I was always using that whenever I could. Just taking photos and like little videos. I have videos of myself like when I was a little kid, just like playing around with the camera, documenting stuff.
Wow.
So it kind of just came naturally. Never something that I was like, oh, like I want to do this, right? Until like a year and a half ago, when
that's crazy.
Yeah, like a year and a half ago, I was like, I can actually do something. I can actually like start taking this seriously and make a career out of it. So that's when I really started focusing on like trying to get my niche in, which was in sports. I've always loved sports. I always played sports. And then I also like using a camera. Yeah. So I kind of just put those two together, and here I am now.
Yeah, like the rest is history. Oh my God, I love that. Okay, so you said you were a year and a half ago. So like, what was your plan up until that? Did you have like something else set in mind?
I mean, I'm majoring in business.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So in my head, I was like, okay, maybe I can go like start a business or like work for like Apple.
Yeah.
That was. I mean, I'm a big Apple fan, bro.
So
so I was like, yeah, like I can go work for Apple or something.
Okay.
But then again, I never saw myself working in a controlled setting, like in an office, and doing that like normal day-to-day work.
I feel that. I feel
And I've always felt like kind of like creative. Like I'm not the most creative person in the world, but I feel like I can, like, if I really put my mind to it, I can try to make something different. Right? And that's kind of why I just went to the camera.
Yes, but you're really creative. What? Your edits are so dope. Oh my god. So how is it? Because you're a senior, right? So how is it like managing school and working?
Oh man.
Yeah, I know it's hard. Yeah.
There's not a lot of balance. There's not a lot of sleep. Honestly, like,
I feel you on that.
I don't know if the camera can see it, but I have bags underneath my eyes, like, and a lot of people say, like, oh yeah, I'm always on that grind. I'm always like, but honestly, like, I'm like always trying to do something. Probably because, like, if I don't, like, stay up, I won't have time for everything. I mean, yeah, I'm doing school. I have side projects, and then I also have my work. Right? So it's like trying to balance those three things in addition to, like, a social life. And not everything can get attention, right? So it's a lot of sacrificing and just really understanding, like, what you want, what you can do, and like how you're gonna do it.
Yeah. You're doing it though. Like, you're actually, like, not even doing it, but you're, like, thriving at it. And so I just want to tell you that, and just keep on going, right? You're so talented. Oh yeah, so that's what I meant about STEP. So yeah, I met you in STEP my freshman year. So, like, what does it mean to be a first generation student?
Yeah. So to be a first generation student, it's like it's interesting, right? Because on one hand, I was lucky enough to grow up in an environment with a whole bunch of people who went through the process of being a first generation student. So what I mean by that is, in the city that I grew up in, there's an after school program. It's called EPAT, where I attended from kindergarten all the way to senior year, and they surrounded us with, like, resources on, like, how to go through the entire, like middle school, high school. Like they mentored us and prepared us for college, right? So, like, I would say that I'm, like, pretty, like, privileged in a way, because I'm not like your average first gen student, because I was given information through, like, the entire time, all the way through high school. Right. So I had knowledge that, like, anybody who isn't a first generation student has. Right. So that's why, like, on paper, yeah, I'm first generation, but I was given, like different information. Right.
Yes.
I was mentored along the way, stuff like that. So I feel like I already had, like, an upper hand. Yeah. So, like, being a first generation student, like, obviously it means something to my family. I'm my sister and I have two older cousins, and they're the only three who have graduated from like a 4 year, and I'm gonna be the fourth next month.
Hey, right? Let's go!
Yeah, so I'm gonna be the fourth one. And it's exciting, Everyone in my family, they're always like, "Oh, like congrats on college, like, you're doing it," like, it's nice. It's nice to see that, like, the family's, like, improving, right? Like, we're all graduating and stuff, and it is an honor for sure. And I mean, it's a testament to what my parents have sacrificed for me, and then, like, to do it at the University of Redlands, like a private institution. It is a big deal to be a first gen student.
I could definitely relate with, like, having the resources growing up. I also had, like, a program similar to that, in which that they were, like, there for us, like, tutoring, mentoring, and, like, honestly, really don't know where I would be if I, like, didn't have that growing up. And, like, mentors who really, like, truly believed in me and, like, saw, like, the potential in me. And I feel like that really, like, helped. What would you say is, like, the biggest obstacle so far that you have faced, and, like, how did you, like, overcome it?
Just, like, in life.
In life in general, yeah.
Real quick, can I?
Go ahead.
All right, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. My legs were, like, at an awkward, like, length.
Yeah.
I'm not that tall, so I was like, I feel you. So toughest. Sorry, what?
You're good. What has been, like, a big obstacle that you faced so far in your life?
Okay.
And, like, how'd you overcome it?
I mean, I've had quite a few. Okay. I guess my most impactful was probably, like, when I was younger, going like going into school and start like trying to learn. English not being my first language, you know, I learned English at school pretty much.
Same,
yeah. Because at home I would talk was in Spanish, right? So sure, I had like issues like reading. I had issues speaking. I developed like a stutter, which I still have a little bit today, but it's gotten a lot better.
Yeah.
So maybe like having to deal with stuff like that, like social interactions, they were always difficult because of my stutter or because of like different things, right?
Yeah. Kids are mean.
yeah, kids are mean.
Yeah, no, they are.
Yeah. So it was tough in elementary a little bit, and then middle school a bit of the same. But then once I started to grow up, I was like, well, I mean, like I'm not really much different than everybody else. Everybody has like some kind of like something different about them, right? And then I just started to learn that like to not really worry about things like that. So then that became like a less of an obstacle. Right? It just became something that I dealt with. Right? Yeah. And then if we're looking at like not like academically, then I guess you could say in terms of like my videography, that whole journey has been very tough.
Really,
there's been obstacles.
Let's talk about it. Let's bring it back from like just literally just go through like a timeline of like your journey.
Oh man, okay. Yeah. So like we'll start last January because that's pretty much when it started.
So January 2020. 2021. Wow, yeah, that's crazy. Okay,
yeah. So I was quarantined because I had just came back from a trip, so I was just in my room. I didn't, like it was during the pandemic, right? So I didn't want to like put anybody at risk. I was in my room. I had footage that I had filmed, like 5 months previous. Just never really did anything with that. Okay. It was a video of my friend Steven. Shout out Steven. He was playing soccer, right? Okay. So I just went and I shot some video of him. Okay. And then I was like, well, let me see what I can do with this footage, that I have that I never touched. And I made like a little hype video of like footage that wasn't like meant to be hype, right? So then, and it came out decent, I was like, oh, this is all right. So let me go out and shoot something like with the purpose of it being hype. And then that's where I made my first football workout video with my friend Abraham. Shout out Abraham. And like it was just learning, learning everything about like trying to make a video hype or like entertaining, right? Because we all know on social media, we're not watching anything for more than a few seconds if it's not good, right? So
scroll on to the next.
Exactly.
Like our attention span is so short.
Yeah, we can definitely get into that.
We did.
But yeah, I mean, but yeah, like that kind of just started off the whole thing, and then if we want to talk about like adversity or like
talk about adversity.
Just having to do that over and over again, right? Because last year I was putting out like 2 videos a week, right? Like just trying to constantly like get my name out there, or trying to like get exposure, and trying to get more athletes, to hit me up on Instagram. Yeah. Right. And that was tough. I mean, at first it was fun, obviously, because it was new, it was fresh. It was fresh to me, right? Yeah. So there was like motivation, But then as it got to like, I don't know, like April, May, I was like, oh, okay, this is getting kind of like repetitive, and like I'm starting to burn out a little bit. So trying to learn how to do what's best for you, but also be consistent. That's also pretty tough. And then, while at the same time, trying to figure out the business side of videography, because that's something that not a lot of people understand. Because you're not just making art, you're also like a business, right? Or people want brand, but people are coming to you, and you can't just make everything for free for everybody, because then you're spending all this time and you're not really getting anything back. Like you're getting like followers and stuff, but in reality, like it doesn't really amount to much. Yeah, right? True.
Especially like the amount of time and effort it takes to like, they don't understand. Like it could be like a short 1-minute clip, but like you don't understand how much time and effort went into like getting the footage and then editing and all that.
Yeah, exactly. And like as a creator, you have to be aware of like that everybody's gonna want something from you.
True.
But like,
True.
like remember that like your needs come first, right? And it sucks, but a lot of people will try to take advantage of it.
Like that.
Even the people who you think are the least likely to, they'll be the ones.
Now I'm back with the energy drink. Us as a culture, society, like having like that short attention span, like that hypersensitivity. You feel me? Yeah. What would you like to talk about? About that?
Yeah. So I mean, just like part of creating videos is trying to understand that they're not gonna watch it the whole way, right? Like whenever I make a video, I love all 59 seconds of it, but I know that. I know that you're not gonna watch all of it. Like I know, I see it. I see it on my Instagram insights. Okay, the massive drop from like 1 to 5 seconds is crazy.
You can see that?
Yes, I can see.
Wait, can you show it? No, because I know you guys are not watching my videos too. Like, my videos be long as fuck, bro.
Like I know.
Oh, wait, hold up.
Okay, let's take this workout video for instance.
Okay.
Look at that. 100%. Literally seconds later, people just
stop, bruh. Even like from like to 22, bruh. No, I gotta show you guys. No, guys, look at this, bruh. Literally, do you see this? Literally, bruh. 22 seconds. You guys don't have a minute. A minute. Like,
I mean, I don't blame them.
Oh,
you know, I don't blame them. It's just that's just that's the culture on social media, right? So what I've really tried to focus on now and hone in on is those first few seconds. Like those first few seconds are vital to the video, right? So sometimes I'll literally spend like 3 hours just workshopping the first few seconds because that's
literally everything. That's so important.
Like, that's the only part of the video that you're gonna watch, and that's why I try to make it as good as possible. And sure that like there are times where like the beginning isn't that great, but like the middle part is really where it picks up. And it's a shame because I'm like, damn, like if one of you guys like watched the whole thing, it would be really cool, you know?
Yeah.
But like that's just the hardest part, right? Because people's attention spans are so bad.
No, for real.
Like, I mean, even mine, you know.
No,
like,
same.
Like I'm not gonna watch somebody's like, you know, somebody's video.
3 minutes, yeah.
Because I don't have time.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And that's also kind of what stopped me from creating like the kind of videos that I naturally make. Because,
what do you mean? Get into that.
Okay,
yeah.
All right. So before I started making like sports videos, I was making like homemade videos or like videos with my friends, but they were all long form.
Yeah.
Like they're slower. They're more like vibey type videos.
Yes.
You know. And I mean those are the videos that come natural to me. I'm not a hype guy. You know. I'm not outspoken. I'm not in the club going out. I'm in the club in the back, just chilling.
Yeah, I know.
You know,
vibing. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I do have like concepts for like longer form videos, but I'm like no one's gonna watch them. Right?
No, I feel you.
Yeah.
I feel you. Yeah.
And it sucks, but like it sucks that people's attention span is what's like not letting me from making the type of content that I really want to make. Right? Yeah. But like at the end of the day, it's what like helps me grow and helps me pay the bills. Right? And like I do have fun with it. It's not like I don't have fun making these videos. Yeah. The only difference is that it's not like natural to me. Exactly. Right. Exactly. That's like the only difference. Yeah. No, I know what you mean. And like one day, bruh, there's gonna be a point in time where like, you know, you already would have that fan base and like audience that literally will watch your whole video. Yeah. And then like maybe then you'll feel more comfortable to like create the content that you know like truly comes natural to you. That makes sense. Because like I understand like right now it's like that grind, that hustle to just like literally just put your name out there, put yourself out there. So I definitely understand that. Yeah, my dance videos, literally, you guys. I just know my true supporters. If that makes sense. No, I feel like I love you guys. Don't get me wrong, I love you guys, but audience-wise, I feel like that's low-key what's holding me back. I'm not going to say that's what's holding me back because I definitely could put myself more out there and create more. But I feel like I also tend to overthink and be like, oh, is this what they want? Like, am I, like exactly what you said, am I being too annoying posting this? Because like,
honestly, I want to post like every day or like pretty often throughout the week, but like I'm just like, they're not used to this.
Because like on that first post,
yeah,
you'll get like 400 likes.
Exactly.
It'll go crazy.
Yeah.
On the next one, people are like, I just saw this.
Exactly.
Like, I don't need to press that like button again.
You know? I don't need to share it. I don't need to, you know, so,
and then it just slowly drops down. And that like sure it's just a number.
Yeah.
But as creators, that number, like, it doesn't validate us.
No.
But like,
I know what you mean.
it like, it's kind of like, damn, like they're not like they don't like it or what?
Like what is it?
Yeah.
You know, I put all this like hard work, effort behind to like literally every video. It's like the same hard work, effort, time, energy, you know? And it's just like kind of disappointing when you're just like, wow, I put all this and I'm putting it like all of me into it, and then it's just like not received as well. It's just like, dang, and like kind of like, you know, like, yes, I know that's just like another obstacle. It's just like the journey again, like it's just preparing you for better. But it hurts. I'm not gonna lie, it fucking hurts.
It does hurt. Like, the first video that I made this year, that was sort of like I was trying to do like a cool like transition from all the videos that I made last year, like sort of like transitioning and like introduce like this new wave of like Luis Chavez video, and it didn't perform well. It didn't get like all the feedback or like the likes or the stuff that I thought it would get. And I was like, damn, like I put all this effort into this one video, and it's not even doing that hot. So it sucks, but at the same time, like if we're able to push through that, if we're able to ignore it and keep on doing whatever we want to do, then like the rest doesn't matter.
Exactly.
It'll be like eventually people will just start watching it.
Yeah, no, I know exactly what you mean. And so I love that you mentioned that, because do you think us as like creators, do you think we should try to like be better in like managing our expectations? What I mean by that, I mean like after we post, not to be like so obsessive with the results, but be more like focused on the journey and the process.
Yeah, what I've tried to do, and it's super hard, but like what I try to do is when I press post on the video, don't even look at my phone.
Leave it. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Literally, like just leave it alone. Don't look at it.
Yeah.
Like go run. Like
go on with your day and
go do whatever you gotta do. Just don't look at your phone. Whenever I hit that publish button, I go on a run. Yeah. And I just try not to look at my phone, and that's like my main thing, to keep my mind distracted. Not looking, because like as creators, if we do get too close to the if we just focus on the numbers, we're not gonna be happy ever. And it's hard, because at the end of the day, like that's all we have. All we have is numbers as a creator. Like, because I'm sharing a video with people,
strangers, and
through
people,
a screen. Like, if I wish I could, like, I wish every time that like a person saw a video, I could like show it to them, like, and be there in person. Like with my roommate, I show it to him in person, and I'm not watching the video with him. I'm looking at his face,
his reactions.
His reactions. And that's like the best part, So I'm like, look at this thing that I made. You watch it, I'm gonna just watch you. And like that's like the best part. Like when they smile and they're like, yeah, that's dope. Like that's like, damn, like that's dope. Like I like it. I like that. And then like I put it out, and like I don't see anybody's face.
Exactly.
I'll get a message, which is nice, or like a comment, which is cool. But like I wish I could just see everybody's face when they watch the video, because like I don't know.
No, I know exactly what you mean. That's actually low-key. I never really thought of it like that. Wow.
Yeah.
Only if we could do that. Yeah. Oh. Do you have any like stories? Anything? Obviously, nothing too specific. It doesn't have to even be bad, but like, like what was? That's a good question. What's so far been like your best or like your favorite gig? Yeah. Or like, do you have a story of like a crazy gig?
I guess like what I'm doing right now with the Clippers. Like that's.
Let's get into that. Yeah. How'd you secure the bag with the Clippers?
Man, with the Clippers, it's funny. It's just through Instagram. Honestly,
gotta love the power of social media.
That's just how my entire like career has gone so far, and the way that it's been able to build is just through Instagram. Like I was watching a YouTube video. Somebody was interviewing some guy that worked for the Patriots, and then I ended up hitting up that guy from the Patriots. His name is Isaiah. Okay. I hit him up, and I was like, "Hey, like how did you get involved with the Patriots? You know, because I want to work in the NFL, you know, and I want to work in the NBA. I want to work in all that stuff." And he's like, "Yeah." So like, because he was from Oakland,
from the Bay.
Yeah, he's from the Bay too. And I hit him up, and he got back to me. And I was like, okay, this is sick. And then he told me, he's like, yeah, like he worked at the Warriors, and then from the Warriors I went to the Patriots, you know. And then we were just messaging back and forth, and then he from the Patriots he left this past season, and he's at the Clippers now, right? And I was like, oh man, like congrats on that Clippers gig, you know, because we had already been talking.
Yeah, you already established that.
So
you know?
I had just been like, so I just congratulated him. And then, like a few weeks later, he posts on his story talking about like, hey, like there's an open position at the Clippers.
See, literally everything happens for a reason. Yeah. What? That is crazy.
And then I was like, bro, like I'm very interested. I'm in SoCal. Like, let me know.
Yeah.
And then from connecting with Isaiah, I was connected to the director of videography over there with the Clippers.
Yeah.
Then we started talking, and then eventually I was in the building, right? And my very first basketball game that I filmed was a Clippers game. I had never filmed any kind of basketball content before. I didn't know how to film basketball.
Yo!
My entire portfolio is football, and I'm in the Clippers. I'm at a Clippers game.
Oh my god! So how did that feel? Like, you know, majority of your portfolio is mostly focused on football.
Yeah.
And so like, were you scared or nervous? Because that's such a big gig. So like, and obviously it's a different game. So.
I mean, like when on my first day there, I wasn't put like to
automatically
like
working.
Film.
Yeah.
You know, I was put to edit like the content, like the footage that was coming in.
Okay.
So I was like eased into it a little, you know. And then when I wasn't at the Clippers, I was at like at a high school basketball game.
Okay.
Trying to learn, like, okay, like I can be here and get these angles. Trying to make basketball content because eventually I did want to film at the NBA, right?
Okay. Yeah.
And then when I finally got my shot to film, it was like a whole different level because like on a camera there's autofocus and there's also manual focus. Okay. At work we only do manual focus, right? So like I have to turn the ring myself and keep the camera on the subject, and it's tough. It's tough.
Moving subject. Yeah.
Yeah. And so like that's my first experience filming basketball, like in the NBA, manual focus. It was fun. It was hard.
That's crazy.
But like I learned from it.
Yeah. You know? Was it like the first time that you filmed? Was it like a practice? Was it like a game?
No, it was a game. Yeah.
Who were they playing?
Who were they playing? I forgot. Oh, they played the Magic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and luckily I wasn't focusing on like the play itself. I was focusing on one player.
Okay.
Which made it a lot easier. Mm-hmm. So I was just focusing on one player the entire time.
Okay, respect.
So it was cool.
Yeah.
It was fun. Yeah. And now like I'm just filming. I'm filming during the games. I'm up in the stands, trying to get clips and stuff that go up on social media, and it's fun. I really like. I'm so lucky, honestly, to be there.
Yeah.
I'm like the youngest in the building.
So crazy. That's so crazy. Yeah.
Obviously, like at first, I felt very out of place. You know, I was like, damn. I was like, should I really be here right now?
Do I deserve this? Like, I really just started. You know, all these things.
All the things that we like get in our head about, but at the end of the day, like it don't really matter.
Exactly.
As long as you're able to work and get everything done, like you deserve to be there.
Exactly, and if you're there for a reason. Like they definitely saw potential in you. Like like, and also props to you because you put your, again, it's the importance of just networking and putting yourself out there, especially with Instagram, social media. Like, we have the platform to connect. And like, I'm so glad that you mentioned that, because I feel like most people are scared because they like won't get a response, or like, you know, they're just like, oh no, like I'm gonna get ghosted. But like, really, what's the worst that's gonna happen? Like, they ghost you, and they just like, you already didn't meet them. Like, you already don't know. I love that, bro. That's so dope. That is so fucking dope.
I love your reaction too when I told you, I was like, yeah, my first basketball game was the Clippers, because that's everybody's reaction.
What do you mean? Like, that's what? Your first video? What do you mean? Yeah. And you're killing it. Like, that's crazy, bro. That's so crazy. Oh my god! And just putting yourself out there, and then like, literally, you didn't know how to. Like, you didn't know, but obviously, it's a different game. Just putting yourself out there and working, and like, you actually putting the work in. Right. Yeah, it's just talk about burnout. Let's get to it.
Burnout's crazy. It's something that like it's gonna happen. In my opinion, of course. If you start once you start, since like if it's brand new and you don't really have any guidance, I feel like eventually like you're gonna burn out. Especially if you just go like as hard as you possibly can, you know?
Yeah. Have you burned out, like, per se?
Yeah.
Like, pretty often, or because I know you're new to this?
Yeah, I think I've burned out twice.
Okay.
I'd say. I burned out once in May of last year.
Okay.
And then I burned out again in July. Okay. So when I burned out in May, it was after an incident that I had with a client.
Okay.
That kind of put everything into perspective. Where I was like, damn, like people really want to just like take advantage of you. So that was kind of like discouraging. You know, I was like, I don't know if I really want to do this. Yeah. You know, because the business side, it can get really dark because.
Tell me about it. Tell me about it. Yeah.
It gets really dark, and it kind of takes the whole fun out of videography, because you learn, you're like, damn, this isn't just like fun and games. This is like real business stuff. You know. So that was that burnout in May, and in July, it was after I had a viral clip, a clip go viral. I don't know if you saw it. We could probably play it on the screen here.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop it.
Yeah, right.
Is it on your Instagram?
Yeah, it's
okay.
on my Instagram.
Boom. Yeah, right there.
It was at a football camp that I'm like the lead content creator at.
Okay.
It was a play downfield. The player goes up, grabs it for the touchdown to win the game, and then he runs to his mom. I don't know if you saw that one.
No, I haven't seen it yet.
But he caught it, ran to his mom. Clip blows up. Right. My name is nowhere to be found.
Of course.
It got millions of views on TikTok, millions on IG, millions on Twitter, millions on Facebook, everywhere, and my name is nowhere.
Wow. That would have done, bruh. You know what that would have done for your career-wise? Like, that would just put you...
Yeah, that's why, because photographers, this is one photographer from the Bay, J Squared. He took this amazing photo of Steph Curry. After he shot it, he turned his back around and the balls were coming.
Yeah.
Took this dope photo and he blew up, right? And when I see that, I'm like, damn. I think back to where would I be now if my name was on that video, right? Because a viral video really only comes in one.
Yeah.
Like you never know when it's gonna come.
Exactly.
It happens for people it's one time and that's it. Or you'll get it, multiple times. You know, if you're really good.
Yeah.
Right, but viral videos they're all luck, and I was lucky to have one 7 months into.
What? That's just crazy. Yeah.
You know? But my name wasn't on it, and after that happened, I was like, all right, I already burned out once. I didn't really have motivation to be out there that day, but I did it, and then this is the result. You know, I'm like, sure, as creators, we don't make the content for the followers. We don't make it. We make it because we like it.
Yeah.
Right? But if your name isn't on your content and it's blowing up,
that's your work.
It's a stab in the back. It's like
that's how you felt, right?
Yeah. Like that's how I felt. It was tough. It was a really tough time. you know, because it was blowing up everywhere. I see it on my feed, you know, people are reposting it, and like my name's not there, you know. I put a tag in front of the video. The tag literally got
cut.
It got cut. Yeah, the tag got cut out of the video.
So that was like purposely, like deliberately.
Yeah, that's the weirdest thing to me is when people who get content don't tag their creators or like purposely like go out of their way to not like share who made it, because like what is it to you?
No, literally, like that's not gonna take away from your you know, like your shine, your light. That's just putting on, like, literally you're showing that person that you appreciate them, and like, you know, oh, thank you for your hard work.
Oh yeah.
Here's you know, and I bet you it's like not even that long. It was probably like quick.
It's like that little like flashy like Luis Chavez that pops up and then it just goes away. It's literally like 2 seconds. Yeah.
What was that gonna do? That's not gonna hurt you.
It doesn't hurt the video. It doesn't really do much to it. So that was probably like the hardest part that like on my journey so far is trying to like get back into it after that. And I think the only reason why I was able to continue making content after that was because I came here to Redlands to work with the football team. You know, because it was something new. Definitely doing new stuff as a creator is super helpful because you're focusing on something else. So it's not you're not in that like same day-to-day repetition,
like cycle.
Yeah, you're not in that cycle anymore. You're not, like now you're doing something else. So it was a really big refresh button.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah,
probably needed that for sure.
Oh, yeah. I definitely needed that.
Yeah, how's like working with the football team? Like, how was that? Because this was the only year, obviously, because we were COVID and everything, right? Yeah. Man, unfortunately, like I was only able to work for the team like 1 year. Yeah. But it was fun. It's a crazy year, though. Honestly, yeah.
You know, the players. I got to know the players. I got to I saw them. I saw them pretty much every day. Yeah. You know, a great group of guys. Super fun. Super like down to earth. And just being able to create content the way that I wanted to, it was fun. Yeah. And obviously, Redlands, like this whole videography thing, like social media, is like new to Redlands. So sure, like there were like obstacles or like kind of like things that I needed to try to get people to understand. Yeah. Right. Yeah. But overall, it was a great experience. Definitely happy that I was able to do it, and like I wish that I could like give them more. I wish that I could have done more for the football team. Because I mean they won the championship, like they deserve it, but it like in my opinion, Redlands isn't really like ready for that just yet. They still like as a university, they still have a lot to learn. Yeah, because they need to focus like on certain things. Because athletes love social media. You know, that's something that creators understand. And when you go and you talk to people who are in charge of schools, some schools understand it, like D1 schools. Everybody has a page.
Of course.
Everyone has a page. D2 schools have a page. JUCOs have a page. Yeah. But for some reason, Division 3, it's kind of lacking a little bit. Especially here at Redlands, I wanted to make an Instagram page for social media for the football team. Yeah. I wanted to help them run it. So that our players can get recognition.
Bro, we have some great players.
We have amazing players. Yeah. It's actually crazy. Yeah. Like amazing players. So that like for the high schoolers who are interested in coming here, so they can see that, you know, like it's not right for high schoolers to come onto my page, like to see the Redlands stuff. They need to go onto a Redlands page to see the Redlands stuff. You know? Yeah. So I wish that I could have done that. I wish that I could have made like a long form documentary for the team.
Oh, that would be so
that would have been cool. You know? Yeah. But it's just like opportunities that were missed. But overall, a great time.
A great experience. Yeah. What was the part that made it so refreshing? Like needing that, you know, refresh button. Like, is it because maybe that like the control aspect? Like maybe you have more control into like how the videos are coming out.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, I mean, overall, like, yeah, I chose the music. You know, I chose how I wanted to film it. So it was definitely great.
Yeah.
Like, it was definitely what I needed after that like incident in
Incident,
July.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, crazy, man. That's just so fucked up. Like, that makes me mad for you. Like,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
okay. Everything happens for a reason, right?
Yeah.
He's gonna have multiple viral videos. Just putting that out there, one after the other.
Mhm.
We don't need y'all. You can keep that viral video. Thank you. I really appreciate you because, bro, Luis is a real one. I need to let y'all know a little story time behind. Okay, so I just started another job, right? Been working over like a graveyard shift, and so especially on Mondays, like today was the only day that I didn't like. Basically, I went to work here at work on campus as well, my internship, and my boss was just like, "Bro, you look so tired. Your eyes are like, you're not awake. Like, go to sleep, you know." And so my class got canceled today too. So like today, I literally had nothing, and went back to sleep. I took a nap, and then I literally texted him earlier today. I was like, "Can we push it, earlier to like 2 p.m. instead of 2:30?" And literally knocked out and woke up at like 2:45 or some shit like that. And I'm like. And he's a real one because he's literally still here trying to give me some more fucking content. You're a real one. I appreciate you so much. You don't understand. So literally, I was just talking about graduation, right? And I was just telling him that, like, I didn't honestly even want to come to college. And it's crazy because, like, I'm so grateful and so blessed to have the opportunity to even, like, be here. But personally, as a creative, school wasn't. I was always good at school, but I knew that, like, I wanted to be an entertainer. I knew that I wanted to be in SoCal. So mostly I came to school because, again, I am first gen. I'm the oldest of three. So I was just like, this is more for my parents. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, they sacrificed so much. They came to this country, you feel me? And, like, I guess that's part of the immigrant story is, like, well, I can say this for myself. Like, my parents were very, especially my mom, they're like, education. You're going to school. You're going to college. What do you mean you're not? What do you mean you're not going to college? Yeah. She wants me to go obtain a master's degree. And I'm like, these 4 years are enough. You feel me? But yeah, so yeah, talk about, like, I know you just said that college wasn't really for you.
College, school, learning, like, in a classroom has never really been, like, for me. I feel like I'm not, like, the only reason why I feel like I pass is because, like, I'm a hard worker. Like, I always have to go to tutoring all the time. I have to go to tutoring. If I don't go to tutoring, I'm not passing the class, you know? But college just really wasn't, like, it wasn't something that I wanted to do. It was always something that I was, like, told that I had to do. Yeah. And that's, like, why I'm here, like you said, just for our parents. Yeah. And yeah, like, I am grateful to be here, but it's not where I want to be. I want to be out. Like, I feel like I learned so much, like, working, like, in the industry that I'm working in. I feel like I learned so much when I'm filming, like, and it's fun stuff that doesn't even feel like work. Exactly. I'm putting in, like, 10, 11-hour days, and it flies by like that because I don't even feel it.
You're working, yeah.
Yeah, like, I go in at 2:30, and I leave at 12, and I'm like, damn.
It's 10 hours of my life, yeah.
It didn't even feel like that.
Yeah, no. But then in school, like,
like, I'm in an hour class, and I'm like, oh my god, bro. Like, wrap it up.
Yeah, no, literally, yeah. No, I feel that, and I feel like that's part of, like, it's just so hard. But I feel like that's part of the pressure. It's like, oh, we were told to also, like, the way society's set up, and college is a scam. But they're like, after high school, go to college, obtain your bachelor's at least. That's the bare minimum nowadays. You feel me? Then after that, start applying for jobs. Secure a job.
It's so structured.
It's literally so structured. Get a secure job, then maybe that's when you start your family. Then if you want a family, and if not, just live the rest of your life, and then retire at 65. That's when they want to retire. Like, and that's when you start living. Like,
like, I think a lot of it has to do with is because we're first gen. Obviously, people who have, like, generations of people in their family. Yeah. Who have already graduated. Yeah. Like there might be. I mean, I don't know. I'm not them. I'm not them. I'm not in their life, but I feel like they have a little bit more leeway. Like they can go. They can take a gap year.
No, 100%, 100%.
I can't take a gap year.
Yeah.
You know, and go do whatever I want.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Right.
You know, but like our parents, like they just kind of like no, you gotta go to college.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, man.
Yeah.
I'll
do
go
it for you.
I'll go do this for you.
Yeah.
But just know, like I'm not like 100% happy like doing it.
Yeah.
You know. And I think maybe like that's just kind of what might push our creative side a little more, if that makes sense. Because we know that we're not happy doing the schoolwork, which is very, very similar to like work in a different sense.
I see what you mean.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we have homework that we don't really like on subjects that we don't really like want to do or want to learn about.
We're not so passionate. Yeah.
Exactly. So like if we're not doing the stuff that we are passionate about, like we're gonna have that same feeling. And as creators, like we don't want to have that feeling.
Yep.
Like, we want to do what we want to do, you know. Which means that you kind of have to like put yourself in a position to be able to create or like to be able to work in the industry that you want to work in.
Yes.
Because if you know what being unhappy feels like, then that way you're able to force yourself to not be in that position.
Yeah, prevent it. Yeah, right? Yeah.
Because after my freshman year, I was down bad.
Who are you telling? I was so depressed after my freshman year.
Yeah,
and that's why, like I say, COVID was such a blessing in disguise. Like I needed that.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I mean, during COVID, that's when I was able to start the video stuff. Because I had time, I was at home, I had people there.
Yeah.
You know, that I was able to do it with.
Yeah.
If we were here on campus, probably wouldn't be the case.
Yeah.
You know. No. So it's just
how it just happened. Yeah. Who wasn't exactly the plan that you wanted to do, right? So like
it's always been tough.
It's always been tough. Yeah.
I almost got held back in like 5th grade.
Okay.
Yeah, because I couldn't pass or like because I wasn't good at math or something like that.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, like that would have sucked.
Pushed you back. Yeah. No. Yeah. But like I'm glad that you know yourself. Like if that makes sense. Like you literally just said like you have to go tutoring, and like you are a hard worker. So yes, there's a reason why you're here. There's a reason why you're literally about to graduate in a month. You feel me? Like, bruh, that's a lot of work and dedication. But like you know yourself to a point to be like, oh yeah, like let me go get myself that help. You know, why am I like not? You have the opportunity to put yourself at a better advantage. Yes, you may have to like work harder than the individual, the other person sitting right next to you in your class, but again, that just makes you, and I feel like that's gonna just benefit you overall. Like for someone that it comes naturally, they don't have to put all that work in. Like, yes, that's great, but then in the long run, I feel like that's just how you'll move in life. Yeah, and then just be at like you just always be comfortable. Yeah, you feel me?
Something I want to bring up. Yeah, is that like I'm glad that there's like other people who are first-gen students who are here. Yeah. But like they're not really trying to be here. You know, like we're gonna graduate, and it's gonna be all good. Yeah. You know, we're gonna have our diplomas. Yeah. Do it for our families, right? But I feel like when we get older, like we're gonna be able to be in a position, financially and socially, where we can tell our kids, and like we'll have the knowledge, like we'll be able to tell our kids, all right, look, you can go to college. You know, you can go learn all this stuff if you're interested. If you want to, right? Yeah. But I'm gonna tell you right now that I didn't enjoy it because I wanted to do this. So if you want to do this, I'm gonna give you that opportunity. You know? But you gotta have a plan. Yep. You gotta know how you're gonna do it. Yep. And that way I don't waste 4 years of my kid's life. Of course. You know? Yeah. Because if they want to be a creative, which I hope they do. Hopefully, yeah. No, I'm saying, yeah. Like if they want to be a creator, or if they want to focus on other stuff, that doesn't require school, I'm gonna be like, all right, you go do that. No, you know? Yeah, no, I love that because school isn't the only way, right? Like I always tell my parents, I'm like, Mom, Dad, like you guys are pretty successful, just you guys don't have a diploma. Okay, so give me like a rundown of like a week or a day in the life of Luis. Yeah. Okay, so day in my life of classes. Yeah. Obviously, gotta be a student. Always. Yeah. then I do work. It'll either be remote work for like the Clippers, or I'm driving over to LA to go to a game. Yeah. Or I have like some of my personal like side gigs. Yeah. That I'm working on. And then once I'm done with those, then I do homework and then the daily exercise.
Yeah.
We have to go run.
Yeah.
So it really just depends like what's on my schedule. So for this week, I'll just give an example.
Yeah.
So I just came back from Phoenix, as you know. So I have to edit photos and have to create like a recap video.
Yeah.
Of the showcase that just happened. So that's gonna be my main focus for the next few days. In addition to that, the NBA playoffs are coming up.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Yes. So that's like the content for that is starting to ramp up as well. And then school is also coming in together because it's the last
month.
It's the last month.
Yeah, literally. Yeah.
It's the last month.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. So I got like 3 things to balance again.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be it's gonna be a fun time.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah. It's tough.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Like everything just like demanding more of your time, and it's all like happening at the same time. Like, how are you like preparing yourself, if that makes sense?
Yeah.
For that, like how do you avoid burnout?
Good question.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've definitely learned that I need to focus on doing what's best for me. Not trying to do extra stuff, right? So a lot of times players they'll ask for extra stuff on the side.
Yeah.
Right? They'll be like, hey, can you send me these clips, or can you put this together for me? In reality, I don't have time to do that. You're better off just going and doing that yourself.
Yeah.
As opposed to me taking 3 weeks on something that takes a few hours. Not because I don't want to do it, but just because I have other stuff that are priorities.
Yeah.
And in the beginning, I was trying to do everything.
Yep.
I was like, yeah, I'll make your video. Yeah, I'll go shoot that. Yeah, I'll take photos there. But now it's like, okay, no, I can't do that. You have to pace yourself.
Yes.
And just simply doing what you can do.
Yeah.
I think I was lucky enough to stretch myself as far as possible in that first year. And now that I'm in my second year, it's like, okay, now I can take a step back and see really see everything and focus on what I need to focus on.
Yeah, because you put in all that hard work the first year, you literally just said stretching, literally to the ability, you were burning out. You feel me? But now you don't need to spread yourself too thin because you already set that foundation, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And then now because that's what I'm also learning too, is because low-key kind of am still a people pleaser. I say I'm not, but I definitely am. And especially on the come up, you just want to make sure that you have all opportunities. You never know when the next opportunity comes. You're so I'm just so grateful to even have these opportunities to begin with. So I just try to soak it all in. But I've been learning to not learn how to say no, basically, and be comfortable with it. Because again, you and your mental state is the most important thing. Because if you're not in the right state of mind, bro, what? Especially as a creative, because literally that's where all your inspiration stems from.
Yeah. I feel that. I feel like I've gotten I'm in my head a lot. I'm in my head a lot, and it kind of sucks because you just start to overthink things.
Yeah. Same.
I feel like I put a lot of pressure on myself, a lot of unnecessary pressure.
Yeah.
You'll hear stories of YouTubers who make it big. They'll get millions of followers overnight, right? And then they burn out. Which is unfortunate because they burn out and then they don't want to make anything anymore.
Exactly.
So I feel like it's not necessary for me to put that much pressure on myself, but I feel like I do that simply because I just really want to be good. That's the reason why I put that pressure on myself. I don't have a big following,
Yet.
Yet. I don't have the biggest following in the world.
Yeah.
But I put that pressure on myself as if I do.
That's a good point.
It's a good thing, and it's also a bad thing. It's a good thing because I try to make the best video every single time. It's a bad thing because I put that much pressure on myself. If you watch me edit, you'll be like, "What are you doing, bro?" simply because I go like frame by frame by frame, like that little the ball tracking effect that I do on my stuff. I do that manually, whereas other people just put it like in After Effects, and the computer will do it for them.
Yes.
I go frame by frame, and I do it myself.
You guys, you don't even know that he's doing that, and like you don't understand how much time that takes. You know me, like to manually do that.
It's 24 frames a second, and I go through every single frame of my video. So if you do,
oh my god,
if you do 24 times 59, whatever the math is, right here.
Yeah, right here.
That's how many times that's how many frames I go through.
Yeah.
For a 59-second video. You know?
And obviously you're doing that constantly. Like no, I can relate to that because like I say, like I have OCD a little bit because I'm just like, strive to be so great, and so I just want it to be perfect. Like but that's the thing, like I've also needs to like I'm learning that like you don't need to have so much control over everything, if that makes sense. You feel me? And like so I'm learning that, but it's hard because I literally will sit there, stay up just to finish editing video that I've been like it's supposed to be done. I've told myself that, but it's not. In my head, I'm like, no, I can add this, I can do that, I can do this. And I love that you mentioned that because I also learning this to like stop comparing myself to other people, if that makes sense. Like, because I've read this quote, or I think I listened to this in a podcast, like comparison or comparing yourself to other people is like the thief of joy. And that just resonated with me so much because, like, especially because we have social media and like people are only showing you, like, that's what I need to remind myself. Like, you're only seeing the highlights of one's life. Like, that's what they're going to put on, their page. And so, but then you don't know behind closed doors that they're, burning out like every other day, or like, like they're just also going through it. And also with great success comes great hate sometimes. So you just don't know what someone's going through. And so it's just important to really just like stay focused and like really not compare yourself. And like, that's what I've been telling myself, like literally every day is just a step closer to my dreams and goals. Yes. But honestly, really what it comes down to is just like trying to be the best version of myself every day. I'm really just competing with myself. Yeah, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, that's a really good point.
Yeah.
Like there's so many other like videographers that are like doing a great job.
Yeah.
Like they have a big following, and it's hard. It really is hard to look at them and like to see where they're at. But then at the same time, I'm like, wait, I'm 21 years old. Like they've been doing this for years. And like they're 26, 27. Like they've been able to get at this for a long time. I'm just starting off, I haven't even graduated college yet.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, no.
But it's hard not to compare yourself because you see what they're doing, and you're like, damn, I'm not doing that.
I'm not doing enough.
And like it's just you want to be there.
Yeah.
You want to have what they have. You want to be doing what they're doing, but it's all about focusing on your journey. Because everybody goes at their own pace.
Exactly.
It's hard to accept, but that's the reality. Some people are gonna go faster than others. Like there's kids who are just starting off who already have more clout than me.
Yeah.
And like that's okay.
Yeah.
Because maybe for me it's not meant I'm not meant to blow up that fast.
Right now,
Yeah.
Everything happens for a reason, and like when you already when you got to that point where you did like will blow up, if that makes sense, you can like look back and be like, oh, literally everything happened for a reason. Like it's literally just preparing you. The universe just knows when it's the right time.
Because things like, what if I never would have submitted that last minute application to Redlands? I wouldn't be working for the Clippers. I wouldn't be, I wouldn't have had the opportunity to have the entire football program to myself. It's just little things like
last minute, literally.
Yeah.
No,
hours.
No, literally. See how like everything just comes up like again full circle. I love that. Oh my god, yeah, so good, so good, it's so good. Oh, I had something you just mentioned. Comparing yourself. Yeah, no, really, just like also I'm learning, but
Mm-hmm.
giving myself that grace,
Mm-hmm.
you know, just again, bro, we're so young. Even we like we're literally just getting into our crafts, and especially since LA is like right there,
Mm-hmm.
like I can say this for myself, like the dance community is so big, it's already established, and there's already great dancers from like across the globe, like not even just the country, like literally people internationally coming, right? And so yeah, like just taking the time to like you don't even know how much work and like what they've gone through to be where they're at in life.
Mm-hmm.
So again, yeah, just not comparing myself. I know you said consistency, because
Mm-hmm.
definitely consistency is very, very important.
Mm-hmm.
But how did you like? What was your technique, or like what was the process of like getting a huge, like a big clientele, if that makes sense, or like getting those huge, gigs? Yeah,
Gigs.
yeah.
It's funny. I don't really have necessarily a technique. I kind of like I consider myself to be hardworking, but then at the same time like lucky a little bit, right? And I think that kind of just goes with everything. Like you need that little bit of luck, right, in order to be successful.
Yes, I mean what they say about luck is literally preparation. When preparation meets opportunity,
That's true.
so you're prepared, and the opportunity presents itself.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
Set.
So
yeah.
My thing has always been just put out content, and then like good things will come to you.
Yeah.
Right.
They'll attract it.
Yeah. And that was like my main focus for that whole first year. I was like just content, put it out. Obviously it's gotta be good. Right? Like just never sacrifice the content, but always make sure that you're putting it out. Right. And that was my main thing. And then obviously reaching out to people, like sending DMs. I've sent countless DMs to people asking like, hey, like can I film for you? Like, are you like I see that you're in town.
Yeah.
Let me just show up. I'll put together a quick little video.
Yeah.
You know? And
were you doing that for free in the beginning?
Yeah.
Respect, which is like I felt like you had to be a specific person to like literally like humble yourself in the beginning and just like really put yourself out there. And
but yeah, it's a lot of free work.
Not free work
in the beginning.
Yeah,
it's a lot of free work. And my parents they're always like, wait, are you charging them?
Yeah, like where's the money?
And I'm like, I always tell them like the money will come. The money will come eventually.
Yeah.
And it'll come in like in a time that no one really knows. Like you don't know if it's gonna come in a year, in 2 years, but there's gonna be a payday.
Yep.
And like that's my mindset, and that's kind of what keeps me going because I know that eventually it's all gonna blow up. It's gonna be big. It's gonna be all right.
Yes. See, I love that because like what you're saying right now is like you have like a vision, or you always had that vision, and like literally just putting in the work, and like literally eventually it's gonna happen. Literally just time will catch up, and like it'll just present itself in reality. So I love that. I really love that because that's something I stand by on too. Just being really consistent. I'm trying to get back into it. That kind of like what like pushes you and drives you. Is there anyone in particular that inspires you, or is there anything else that motivates you and keeps you going?
Yeah,
it's hard.
Yeah. I mean, I have a lot of inspirations. I get a lot of inspirations from other filmmakers, other sports videographers. I get a lot of inspiration from music as well. I listen to music, and when I listen to a certain song, I'm like envisioning a video or something like that. And I don't really listen to rap a lot, which is funny because every single one of my videos
now
it's a rap song.
Yeah.
Which makes sense because like you can't really make a high video over like some like indie
pop or like
pop
R&B.
So like there will be times when like I sit down and I put on like rap music, or I'll ask my roommate. I'm like, hey, like, you have any like suggestions for music that I should listen to? And then I'll put it on and I'll listen to it. And if I have an edit, I'm like, okay, we can do this here, this there. Right. I think that's probably like where my biggest inspiration comes down. Just listening to the music and seeing like trying to envision everything and like pair it up with the footage that was shot. Other than music, I guess inspiration comes from like YouTubers, to see what they're doing, and it's not even like other sports videographers. It's just like filmmakers that work in the industry, right? And seeing the techniques that they use and trying to incorporate like something different in the sports world. Right? I think that's one of the big things is since I'm a sports videographer, a lot of people have the mindset like, okay, like I just need to watch other sports videographers, which is true, but at the same time, if you just surround yourself around like that specific content, you're not gonna see what else other people are doing. Like in music videos, there's transitions in music videos now that you can definitely incorporate into a sports video, right? So just little things like that inspire me, right? Yeah.
No, that's you're bringing up such a good point because you're still a student, even though like you're still you're so good, and so like putting yourself into or like watching videos that are not only like sports like videos, just like puts you outside, like gets you thinking outside of the box, and like that just like helps with like the creative juices because then you're just thinking about like new different ideas that like most people aren't putting out there, and like there's a lot of sport videographers making content, and so like really what's going to stand out, like what what makes you different, you feel me? If you could describe yourself using like one word, what word would that be and why?
One word.
Like something you live by, like a mantra, or I don't know.
Yeah, something that I live by.
Okay.
Yeah. So something that I live by has to be like the phrase, just keep pushing. Right? So like just always keep pushing the thing that you want most. Right? And for me, the thing that I want most is to one day just to be a videographer.
Yes.
Right. Just creating dope stuff.
I love that. So yeah, that's literally a question I had too. Is like, what is like the next 5 years look like for Luis Chavez and like Luis Chavez MP4?
Yeah. A lot of people ask me this, like obviously, like what's like your 5-year plan? And obviously, I want to have security, in a job. I also want to have independence in order to whenever I need to break away from the job just a little bit and go create whatever I want.
Period.
And then just having fun with it. Right? So I want to lock down a job in videography. I want to be in an area where I can go over here, go over there, so I can go work like with really cool clients.
Yeah.
And then just be in the right state of mind with around like a good group of people. What do you call it? You're like
your circle.
Yeah, like your circle.
Like
being around your circle, people that you can be comfortable with.
Yes, that's so important.
Yeah.
Your environment really is gonna like just I don't know. I feel like have such a big impact in like the trajectory of your life and like what really is gonna what you're gonna do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think like surrounding myself maybe with other creatives could help a lot, right?
Yes.
Like I have a goal of like owning my own house like ASAP, right? But
yes.
I feel like maybe that wouldn't be the best thing, because if I'm able to like be roommates with like a whole bunch of creatives and we can all just like push each other, help each other, maybe that could be like the route to go. Just in order to project my career and just stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I'm still trying to figure it out. I don't even know what's going to be going on next month.
Next month after you graduate? Yeah, no, same. Yeah.
So like I have an idea, but there's no specifics.
Exactly.
No specifics just yet.
Yeah. Just going with the flow. See where life takes you, because literally everything's gonna work out. Yeah.
Having like some kind of like something that reflects like my brand. I feel like I have been able to create like a brand or like a name. With that like MP4 that you keep on saying.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
trying to figure something out with that. Is something that I've been thinking about. Maybe, I don't know what it is. Something to bring in athletes and creatives together.
I love that.
Trying to figure something out. Maybe like some clothing. I don't know, some clothing, some accessories or something.
Yes. No, I love that, and I love how you said that you don't know exactly what it is that your brand's gonna be, but you already like are working towards it, and so I feel like people tend to not go after their dreams because they feel like they have to have it all figured out beforehand. But like, that's literally what all the process and the journey is about. It's like you're gonna learn as you go and just keep elevating. If it's something you really want and like you're putting in the work, it's gonna literally manifest into something so beautiful. Yeah. And I don't think you know this, but we talked like that one time at the den with Jasmine.
We did.
Yeah. And so literally, you don't understand how much that talk inspired me, like just motivated me, because I was like in a rut, you feel me? And you were like just so, I don't know, just so you're just being very positive, and I needed to hear those words that you were saying. I think you said, once I started to put in the same amount of energy and like hard work into something that you like are very passionate about, is when you started to see like, you know, your brand and being a videographer like just like take off. And so then I was just like, yo, like this podcast, and like you literally don't I know this, but like literally that's right after that I started planning. I was just like, you know what, what am I scared about? Like I can just do it, you know me. So yeah, I just want to thank you, because you have no idea. And then literally you said like, I think it was something along the lines that like, did I tell you I was gonna create the podcast? Yeah. And then you were like, you never know, or like document the process, or I think you said something about like documenting the process, because like you're gonna have like your own documentary or some sort. So you just like said that, and I was just like, bruh, like now I'm just like dreaming even bigger, and like I have bigger aspirations and goals, because like, you know what? Yes, I definitely can. So yeah, I really appreciate you for saying that, because you have no idea how much I needed to hear that.
I mean, you definitely can. Like, I think anybody can. Like, I'm just a normal guy with a camera, you know. And like I get DMs, you know, people are like, "How do you do it? Like, can you tell me? Can you teach me?" You know? And I'm like, "Yeah, I can tell you. I can teach you." But the only reason why I have made it like this far in such a short time is that I just did it. You know, you just have to start. And I was scared when I first started, because I'm not an outgoing person. I'm shy. That's why I'm always behind the camera. Being in front of the camera right here is kind of freaking me out.
No, you're doing great. You're doing great.
I'm not used to it. I'm like, what am I doing? My hands, like how do I look? My hair, you know, like it's awkward. It was awkward for me to be in front of the camera. It was even awkward for me to hold in the camera in public around people. You know, like whenever I would go out to make videos, like I had to be outside, like by myself. Like nobody could look at me. You know, but now I'm just out there with my camera, and it's just something that you learn to do, because you just get confidence, so you're just not scared about it anymore. You know, and that was like my biggest thing. I was scared to start. You know, I always knew that I had like a vision for it, but I was just too worried about what other people thought. And just hitting that publish button on Instagram, like the first few times, so nerve-wracking. I'm like, okay, is this caption okay? Like this part of this video doesn't look okay. I'm like, what are people gonna think? Like, are people like annoyed that I'm making these videos? Like, do I need to make my own separate Instagram account for this? You know, and that was also a big thing. Like I had tried to make a like a photography page, you know, before, but it was just hard to get people on there, right? And I saw like all the big creatives, they just made their personal page, they're like where they put their work, right? So then I was like, okay, let me just try to do the same, you know. So all my personal page, just my work, right? And I was a little bit worried about like, you know, are people gonna like not like it and stuff like that, but just getting over it. And then once you start getting good feedback about it, like you kind of just like, okay, like you don't get a big head, you don't get like overconfident, but like you start to feel good, and like, okay, maybe I can do this, and it just grows.
Yes, and like the rest is history. I love that. Just do it, guys. Just do it.
You have to.
You just have to. Yeah, it's just so crazy. Like your story is just so wild. Like literally in a year and a half, it's so inspirational and like refreshing to hear that you can actually like work hard and literally make your dreams come true. So every episode I end with an inspirational quote. I have a quote by the one and only Nipsey Hussle. So you gotta go hard. You got to believe in yourself. You got to have a sense of humor to know that the bullshit is going to happen. You can't be too serious about it, too emotional, and fake when that bullshit happens. You got to just stick to the script, believe, and have an overwhelming confidence. Be your own biggest fan, your own biggest believer, and put it on your back and carry the weight. Yeah, I love that quote. Because literally everything that you've literally just been saying this whole podcast and we were talking about. I just want to end out, close this. I appreciate you so much.
Oh, yeah,
thank you. No, yeah, thank you for like, I'm so sorry about everything. You've been like nothing but a great guest. Yeah, follow him. He's literally so great. If you haven't followed him yet, if you're not following him yet, he's literally bruh, he's gonna do great things. I already know it. So yeah, follow him. And yeah, guys, thank you for listening. Stay tuned for next week's episode, and don't forget to be you. Peace.